Hey YouTubers, it's Nuke, and this is my Batoo OSL Round of 8 preview video. Round of 8 starts on Friday, and it's going to be a best of 3 format. Let's get started. But yes, I do want your predictions again, although just one prediction in particular. The question this time is, who will win this OSL and why? You have 8 choices now, and I'm sure you're a fanboy of someone on this list. So I'll leave it very free form. You can write a comment here. You can send me a private message or write it on my YouTube front page. I'll find it and read it in my commentaries. How about Group A? Bisu versus Best on Chupung-Ryeong, Tears of the Moon, and Medusa. This is the first team matchup of the series. We'll talk about the other one later, but yeah, this is going to be pretty epic PvP. I'm not sure if you remember or not, but Bisu, when he did that fruity photo shoot with Stork, they asked both of the guys who they thought would win the next OSL. Stork said, "I think I will win," and Bisu said, "I think Best will win." So he obviously thinks Best is a major contender for the championship here, and it makes me think he's had a lot of problems with him in practice too. But I think you remember the days when Best had the best PvP around. It's not really that way anymore. Stork kind of took him down a notch in the last Incruit OSL. So I don't think he is going to beat Bisu. I think Bisu will probably beat Best here and move on to face the winner of Group B. Luxury versus Fantasy on Medusa, Return of the King, and Chupung-Ryeong. I'm not sure how Fantasy keeps sneaking his way into these Star Leagues, but I think it has a lot to do with his epic TVT. He definitely utilized that TVT in the round of 16, but now he's up against one of the hottest players out there right now. Luxury is tearing up the Winners League, he's tearing up the MSL, and now he's tearing up the OSL. I don't know if you've seen his games against Lita in the MSL, but yeah, it's just brilliant Zerg play, and he is stepping up his game to a level I've never seen it before. And I can definitely see him getting past Fantasy in this and going on to face either Bisu or Best in the semifinals, because he's just playing that good. But yes, Fantasy is in big trouble here, because I think he's just outclassed by pretty much every other player in this competition. How about Group C? Hwasin versus Hero, the second team matchup of the series. Tears of the Moon, Medusa, and Return of the King. Yes, this is Battle of the Scrubs, although neither of these guys have shown themselves to be scrubs at all. Hwasin, of course, a lot of people didn't think he would get to this point because of his very tough group with Flash and Best and Up Magic in it, but he showed epic play in all of his matches in there. So he moved up, and he's hungry for a championship. Hero, of course, what can you say about Hero? He beat Bisu, he beat Lita to get to this point, so there's no telling what he's capable of. Since he's such a new player, I'm not really comfortable saying, oh, he's the next big Zerg or anything. This will definitely be a test of his prowess in ZVT, that's for sure. And we'll see how he does against the winner of Group D here. Jaedong versus Stork. Epic 2007 Ever OSL rematch here. I'd say this is my group of death because both these guys have impressed me so much lately that I'm honestly not rooting for either player. I want both to move on somehow. I don't think that's possible, but yeah. Jaedong, of course, if Jaedong can win one of the games on Return of the King or Chupung-Ryeong, I think he'll have it, because he'll be able to face Stork on Tears of the Moon in a heavily Zerg-favored map. And I think we will be able to take that game. Stork, if he wants to get through here, he's got to end things before it gets to that point on Tears of the Moon. He's got to end things in the first 2 games, otherwise he's just going to fall from grace. So that is the round of 8. Very awesome matches. It's going to make for some very entertaining StarCraft in the next 2 weeks. And I'd also like to bring up something here. I linked to a little article in my information of this video called Bisu's Destiny, written at Team Liquid by Plexa. And I think is a very interesting read, because Bisu is well on his way to becoming the first Protoss Bonjour. Bonjour, if you don't know, basically means an awesome StarCraft player, or more technically means winning 3 MSLs and then a quick OSL right afterwards. That's the same path that Nada walked, it's the same path that I Love UUV walked, and the same path that Savior walked. Of course, Boxer is considered a Bonjour even though he didn't walk this same path. And Bisu, of course, did not win 3 MSLs in a row, so he would not walk the same path either, but yeah, he will be considered the first Protoss Bonjour if he wins this OSL. And in the article it says that the planets seem to be aligning for a Bisu versus Jaedong finals, and I have to kind of agree with that. There seems to be some kind of weird otherworldly force pushing that finals to happen, and if that finals were to happen, Jaedong versus Bisu, I think it would be the most epic finals in the history of professional StarCraft. I think it probably would be the best finals ever. I mean, just ever. So I do hope that happens, even though I'm a fan of some other players in here. It just, the momentum seems to be swinging so much in the favor of a Bisu versus Jaedong final that it's almost otherworldly, like I said. There seems to be a bigger force here besides the players. And Bisu, this is his ultimate test. Bako, I think the mighty Brood War God hand has struck Bako, so Bisu could sneak into this OSL and prove himself as a Bonjour or not. This is Bisu's ultimate test. He has an ultimate test in PvP. He has the ultimate test in versus Zerg or versus Terran coming up. And of course, the ultimate test versus Jaedong if Jaedong manages to breeze through his competition, which it's looking like he will. This is also the first OSL that, in recent memory that I can think of, that every single player in the round of 8 has had some kind of fan presence behind them, at least that I've noticed. People have been leaving comments in the videos saying, "Go by.hero, go Bisu, I love Bisu, Stork is the man, Jaedong is awesome, Hwasin, I hope Hwasin moves up, Fantasy is great, I can't wait to see what this guy does," and just everyone has fans here, and that's really the first time I've ever seen it. Maybe it's just because I just started commentating, so I'm getting exposure to those kinds of comments, but I don't think so. I think this is a very rare occurrence of every single player having a fan presence behind them, and I think that's very interesting, and it's going to make for some exciting StarCraft. So this has been Nuke. I will be moving on to the round of 8 on Friday. Remember, it's a best-of-3 format, so only the first games will be on Friday, and then the next Friday will be the other 2 games of each set. So this has been Nuke. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.